Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has been a very busy country of late. In the past 3 weeks, we had protests in the country against the finance bill. In this protest, so many things happened, including killings, where most of the youths were involved. Now, today, another major event happened where there was the signing of the IBC amendment bill into law, as per to the recommendations from the NADCO report. Now, why am I saying this is a major event? First of all, it comes from the NADCO report. Second of all, the IBC issue was raised by the millennials and the Gen Zs during their protest. Therefore, signing this bill into law, it was significant on its kind. Now, today's meeting with Raila, where Raila and Ruto were jointly having a press briefing at KICC, I was able to draw some few things from this meeting and I want to share them to you on this platform here. But before I do so, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. What is this first thing that I noted from the Raila and Ruto's meeting today at KICC? The first one, it is that Raila lied before, where he said he didn't have a meeting with Ruto in Mombasa. He lied before that there was no agreement between him and Ruto. Now, the NADCO report was made, of course, was constituted, and this NADCO report discussed so many issues. It was a clear sign that these people had an agreement and a meeting in Mombasa, which Raila vehemently denied. Today, he admitted that he had a meeting, and Olusegun Obasanjo presided over this meeting. And actually, as we raised as Kenya, this was one of the deals that Raila had, where he was asked now to go to the AU. Now, Raila, in this case, he failed Kenyans before, and now this time again, he came out as a reaction of the Gen Z and the millennial movement. Why am I saying it was a reaction? Of late, the Gen Zs and millennials have been raising the name of Justice David Maraga to become the IBC chairman. If Raila could have waited these people to push and put Maraga on that position already before even it is constituted, that means it could be very hard to get Maraga out of that picture. Therefore, they had to do it early enough to ensure that at least they have cooled the temperatures as far as the IBC case is concerned. But on this case, when I look at it, it is very clear that the Gen Zs and millennials have really put a lot of pressure on the government. The other thing I noted from this meeting that Raila and Ruto had at KICC, it is that there is a lot of hypocrisy in the Kenyan politics. Why am I saying so? Kalonzo Musyoka has been very vocal in the public, castigating the government on various issues, including police brutality, the cost of living, and many other things. Now, these people have been saying it, showing that it is not possible for them to access the president. But from this press briefing that they had, where Kalonzo was treated with a lot of respect, I feel like these people have the chance to share with the president and even tell him some of the issues we are facing as a country are not good. But as a result, instead they opt to come in the public, have a press conference, and show how good they are, yet they are part of the government. So now they allow the government to execute their part, mess up with Kenyans, and now they come out to pretend that they are now fighting for Kenyans. That is the hypocrisy that the Gen Zs and millennials are fighting in the country. That's the second thing I noted from this kind of a meeting they had in KICC. The other thing I noted is that Raila and Ruto, of course, they are so much shaken by the Gen Z and the millennial movement. And actually, the pressure they are putting on them right now is dictating every move these people are making as far as the political terrain of the country is concerned. The ABC part included, and many other things that are going to come. Now, we've seen these people having press conferences and all of them talking about the things that have been raised by Gen Zs and the millennials. But did these people have to wait for these people to die, for the Gen Zs and millennials to die, for them to sign the bill into law? Now, let me go to the next issue, and I'll leave the question there. The other thing I noted is that the Gen Z and millennials have identified their presidential candidate, that is Okiya Omtatah. I'm going to do a comprehensive video about Okiya Omtatah, but before I do so, let me briefly touch on this. If they allow Okiya Omtatah to take over the Gen Z movement as their presidential candidate, therefore it's going to dictate most of the things, and the voice of Raila and others is going to be useless in the country. The country, our mothers, our fathers are going to shift towards Okiya Omtatah, and as a result, most of the things that are going to happen in the country are going to depend on Okiya Omtatah, who strictly follows the constitution. Therefore, it could be a problem for these two people to engage with the public. Another thing I noted from this meeting at KICC, it was that Raila Amolo Odinga is now proposing a dialogue between the government and the youths, and is going to lead the dialogue of the youths, particularly to the government. We are not going to use the hyena to keep the sheep or the goat for us. In this case here, Raila is not getting very clear that the Gen Zs don't want leadership. They don't have ownership. They don't want someone to come and talk on their behalf. They are saying whatever they are saying is right for the country. Therefore, implement it, and that's the best way to talk to them. They are saying no to dialogue because dialogues have given Raila privileges and left people suffering. That is why they are saying no to the dialogue. Therefore, one of the things I noticed is that Raila wants to take ownership of the Gen Z millennial issues and then present them to the government. Yes, it's part of the government. That cannot work. Another thing I noted there is that Gen Z suggestion of Maraga is creating a lot of temperatures, is raising a lot of temperatures in Ruto's faction. Why am I saying so? The integrity in Maraga is wanting. The integrity in Maraga is scary. Therefore, they cannot allow that gentleman to take up that seat. Another thing I saw there is that they want transparency in the ABC. Transparency is what the Nadico report is suggesting. But the people to do transparency are the ones who matter in this country. And Maraga, being the best person to do that, is likely not to serve the interest of any political leader in the country. Therefore, if is put there by the Gen Z and millennials, and God willing he accepts, that means it could be very hard. It could be very hard for William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga to craft their way through into the 2027 winning of the presidency. Now, before I finish this meeting, those are my issues that I raised I discovered from this press briefing. And before I finish up completely, I want to kindly ask you, do you think the NADCO report will achieve the needs that Maraga will present? Do you think that the NADCO report will achieve, or IBC needs Maraga? Now, before I finish this meeting, let me just finish. Yeah. Now, those are the issues that I raised from this. Those are the issues that I was able to note from this press conference and meeting that occurred. Those are the issues that I was able to note from the meeting that occurred at state. Those are the issues that I noted from the press briefing and the meeting that occurred at KICC, where Raila and his team, together with Ruto and his team, were in attendance. Now, as I've wound up this video, kindly if this is the first time, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. And as I went up for the last time, I want to say that kindly on our comment section, show me if the NADCO report will achieve or Maraga needs. Show me if the NADCO report needs. Show me if the ABC needs Maraga or the NADCO report will be able to do it. That's my video there and there. See you next time.